morning, everybody. Whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, around the world, this is Coast to Coast. Got everybody in the house. What's happening, guys?
I have to start it off, and so yesterday I had a friend of mine who I haven't seen in a long time who lives in Carolina come up to Philadelphia area, and I ran into him and his sister, who is from Huntsville, Alabama.
There is more than one person in Alabama. How about that?
Yes.
How about that?
I would have also thought that there was more than one Carolina, but I guess we're just lumping them together. And that's just what we're doing.
So he's from Charlotte, and he's from Charlotte, South Carolina. It's one of those situations that you never really think that. You think Charlotte's in North Carolina. Charlotte is a dual state city. So it does. He's from Charlotte, South Carolina. But she was from Huntsville, Alabama. So I actually had a very healthy conversation yesterday.
Wait, time out. You treated her better than you treat me?
No, absolutely not. She's probably somebody watching the show now. She's going to be tuning in to hear how well I treat you.
You treated her like you treat me, and she still wants to tune in?
Well, I was telling her more like, hey, I found out that you guys do have some plumbing.
So you know what it really is, right? It's when your friend eats something terrible and you're like, try this, and you're just like, morbid curiosity. You're like, all right. So that's why she's tuning in. She's like,
yes,
we'll see.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, if you met somebody and you treated them like that you treat me, I can't imagine them wanting to tune in all of a sudden. Like, this is the first impression.
Welcome in on a Friday, everybody.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm making sure certain things are clear. So that's all.
Man. Anyway, so you had this conversation. It went well.
And she's, I just was saying, I found out that there is electricity and plumbing in Alabama. And of course, she lives in Huntsville, and she's invited me to come down and hang in Huntsville. And I'm like, listen, if that's the case,
thank you, Donna. Love y'all.
If that's the case, I says, then I have to go to NASA. You know what I mean? I need to go be down there. And she told me a very unique fact. Huntsville, Alabama is the largest per capita of people with doctorate degrees.
Well, okay. There you go.
And we looked it up. Actually, it was a true fact.
Oh.
So Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm like, doctorates. Why would there be so many doctorates? They're all rocket scientists.
Which makes some sense.
That makes more sense now. It was like, how about that? So look at that. There, yes.
I mean, based on that, you would think they would have figured electricity out. I thought you were going to say something like, at least she has it. She has a generator, or
yeah, it's the outdoor plumbing that's she was real happy about, or indoor plumbing.
Yeah, Donna, I would run the other way, but I stay here for both.
Man, there you go. Military base too.
So yeah, right. That's how I had to start it off, to let you know that, hey, listen, not everybody from Alabama is
So here's
the no. Is what?
Yeah, is safe from me. Is safe from my wrath.
I was gonna say, I wonder what insult we're gonna go through here.
So, that being said, if you are watching, be sure to comment, because we think this is a fabricated human.
I hope that she is on. So if she's not on,
Joe, because I know you don't think anybody needs to lay off of Philly. Joe, please, Joe, go somewhere with that. Go somewhere with that.
Oh, that's not what they were saying. That's not what they were saying.
Anyways, so the Flyers had a game last night.
They did.
Oof. When you let up 4 goals on 8 shots, you're having a tough night. Yeah,
Yep.
and I was a little unhappy that first off, it's 1-1 going into the second period, and then they only had literally 3 shots in the period, and then to come out and to give up 3 goals on 5 shots. Ouch, 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 ouch. So, luckily enough, Columbus was playing Buffalo, and Buffalo smacked them. Buffalo, who is holding currently the largest drought in the NHL for making the playoffs of 14 years, is ending that drought
crazy
with a stamp. Yeah, saying no, we will not be not in the playoffs again this year. In fact, we're going to be the number 1 seed possibly. Buffalo is really good this year. Buffalo is really good.
No, they definitely year. I mean, I know they punched us right in the mouth when they came here.
Yeah, it's I will say that Buffalo's probably not been this good since they went to the Stanley Cup and lost to the Flyers back in 73-74.
What? You always pull out like the oldest times for stuff. Like, there's no recent, no last year, no year before. Let's go back.
No. I'm telling you, that's. I mean, listen, Buffalo. The Sabres have been a franchise for a long, long time, and they did have an amazing goalie at one point, but nobody in front of him. When you're losing games 2-1. And your goalie is stopping like 74 shots in a game, you have a great goalie who came up with his own style. Like they named his style, like he named like the butterfly style because of his unorthodox way of playing. Of course, he didn't win a Stanley Cup until he went to Detroit and won it there, but Buffalo has had its share of tough times. So we'll see.
Are they winning it all this year?
They have an opportunity. They have an opportunity. It's the hockey playoffs. Hey, listen, there's a reason why they say that the Stanley Cup is the hardest trophy to acquire in sports. You have to win, 16 games once you're in the playoffs. And basketball is trying to emulate that now, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's going to be, so it's tough. It's absolutely tough to do. And winning 4 games against the team that you're playing and out of 7 is not simple, especially when they can match your size. And that's going to be the tough one. The fact that they have been out of the playoffs for 14 years, and at one point they are going to have to face the Lightning, who can match them in size and have to have been in the playoffs, so they know what's to come. And when you get into the playoffs, and specifically in hockey, like it's I got to imagine that in every sport everything ramps up a little bit, but in the NFL, when you make it to the playoffs, you could tell the difference in the type of game. Hockey is that 1.5 times than football. I feel like that there is the extra switch that you have to learn, and it takes a couple of games to get used to. You cannot play the same way you played in the regular season in the playoffs. It is absolutely faster game, more hitting, less whistles. You are fighting everywhere just to get every little bit of inch of ice.
Yeah, and I would say where that happens for the NFL is the divisional round. Like the wild card round is usually some teams that are sneaking in that maybe shouldn't really be there.
Yeah.
But the divisional round, you can see everything is faster. They're hitting harder. The whistle is, the flags are being kept in their pocket. Like they go let them mug each other a little bit. And, it reminds you of the way football used to be, right? Like you see people get cleaned up a little bit without getting that targeting penalty. So, I mean, but it's one game, right? So when you have to win a series, that's where you see less of the, that underdog prevailing, right? Because you may be able to snag a game once, that whole any given Sunday thing. The odds of you snagging 4 against a far superior team, that's tough. That being said, I think the Sabres have a real shot.
They do, and hockey is the only sport I know of where the 8th seed has a really good chance against the 1 seed.
Yeah.
That is one of the things
it's happened in basketball, I guess, a couple of times, but not.
The only time I think of that it really occurred like that was, the Sixers were a 7 seed going up against the Bulls that were a 2 seed. And
how did you know it was going to be a Sixers reference?
Well, because that's the only thing I can really talk about there. I can't say any other one. I don't know of another one.
Yeah.
But I know that, Rose got hurt for the Bulls, and the Sixers went and won that series. And then, so they wound up in the conference finals against Boston. And it wound up going to 7 games. I mean, it was that tight of a series. And as a 7 seed, this was before the play-in games and stuff like that were
2012. Yeah.
I mean, it was a great series, and that was when Iguodala was the head of the Sixers. He was the main guy. And I feel like he's still in the league, right? Is he still playing for the Warriors?
No.
I was going to say.
I don't even remember if Warriors ended up being his last, but yeah, he's eventually out.
I mean, he won the MVP. He won the MVP of that one series just because he played defense better than everybody else.
Yeah. Their first title, he won the MVP.
Rose, in this story, Rose was a guy that it was really too bad he got hurt.
Yes.
Because that was a guy that you're like, okay, this guy could really make an impact on the league, and then just
for sure
could never get right. But before getting hurt, I mean, absolutely
youngest MVP. Yeah, youngest MVP I think that they had was kind of like in the LeBron era too, and was challenging him and had some great teams, and then injuries, derailed him. So in the Sixers series, that was the one where they were blowing him out at the end and he got hurt. That was that series. One of the playoff series that he got hurt in, it was a blowout, like 14 points, like a minute left, and he got hurt. And that's kind of where it started. It might have been. It might have been. It was early in the series too. Right. So that's I remember that one. And then he got hurt, and then that was it for that series and it for him. So
and he never really recovered from that at all, like ever.
No. He had flashes, but never like a complete season.
Yeah, he had like games. It wasn't even like he would go on a stretch. Like he'd have a game where you're like, hey, that's the guy. And then it'd be back to just not quite right.
Right. And that's what it was. You have several guys like that, like the Grant Hills and Tracy McGrady's of the basketball world, but Derrick Rose will always be like in the top 5 of the what if game.
Oh, no question. Absolutely. So, and I know that we were talking hockey, so we'll have to come back to this because I only want to mention this right now because we're kind of talking about this. There was a tremendous amount of chatter in Philadelphia yesterday because initially it was ruled that Embiid was out due to illness.
Appendicitis.
That illness became appendicitis, but literally it was being spoken about that there was something funny going on. And that, like, there's a lot of apologies that have to come from sports talk hosts, because they were talking about like, he's playing a game, that this is, because he wasn't allowed to play on April 1st, he called himself out on this game, and he's just not playing. He don't want to be here. We got to get rid of him. And then it came out that he's under the knife for appendicitis, and everybody's like, "Ooh, sorry there, Joel."
It is. You have to say he's got some of the worst injury luck, or whatever you want to call it, than anyone you've ever seen. And I don't know. I think you've alluded to maybe conditioning at times, but it's just awful. I mean, this is pretty much his playoffs, because they're in the play-in game, right? So that starts Tuesday or Wednesday for them.
Did they win yesterday?
No.
Last night? Yeah, I figured they did not. And I mean, they just have no sense. Yeah, they have no sense of urgency. And somebody was talking about this yesterday. They just have no sense of, hey, we need to get these wins right now. These are like really important not to get in the play-in game. Mm-hmm. And I mean, let's as I think about it, it's like, okay, if you're the 9-10, it's one and done. If you're the 7-8, I mean, a 2-game losing streak, you're out.
Yep.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't like our odds.
Yeah. Well, they're at the 8th seed, but they're same record as Charlotte. 2 games to go, and now you're missing Embiid. And I think one of their biggest problems is you just never know night to night who's showing up, who's playing, what you've got going on.
Well, I mean,
it's kind of a mismatched lineup every night.
With this, you lose Embiid for probably the rest of it, right?
Yeah.
Like he could be back for
the rest of the regular season. No, the rest of the regular season, and probably the first couple of not the first 2 series. No, it's appendicitis. It's not.
Well, they said so. They posted OG Anunoby had this, and he missed a month.
Yeah,
the play-in game starts this next week.
Exactly.
So if you are, let's say you're in the 8th seed right now and you fall to the 9, I think you don't have a toughest schedule as Charlotte. So let's just say you stay in the 8, right? And you somehow win and you stay in the 8. Now you're in the week after.
Yeah.
Like he's not showing up for that series.
No, that's what I mean. Like you're going to miss the first probably 2 series. So,
yeah. And I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing.
Well, it is if you need him. I mean,
I think the team would be better off if they just knew. If Embiid was going to miss the whole season and they turned it over to Maxey, and said you are the guy, that would help. But now it's like, hey, Maxey, I need you to be the guy tonight, but not on Thursday when Embiid plays. But yes, again on Sunday. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like you're playing 2 styles throughout a whole season.
I mean, I guess at least you get to have that clarity now, right? You're like, hey, for the next month, you're the dude. So turn it up.
Or for the next week, if they don't.
Well, I mean,
true.
Yeah. No, I get what you mean. I'm just being funny. But no, yeah, it's it's going to be interesting. Only 2 games left now, and you for sure lose him. So
yeah. No, exactly.
And we're used to losing them for injuries, but not for. I mean, appendicitis just seems like out of nowhere.
I mean, it usually is though. Like when it get everyone I've known that's ever had appendicitis and they've had to have it removed, it was they're fine. They're like, oh, that's uncomfortable. They go to the doctor and they're like, yeah, so we're gonna go remove that now.
Yeah.
So And do you find it a little interesting that I've never seen this before. Tonight, there are 0 hockey games. Tomorrow night, all day, there are 0 basketball games. I've never seen that before.
The regular season ends Sunday. Is that what it is?
Well, I know that for hockey, the regular season doesn't end until next Thursday.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, 4 more games for the Kraken.
Oh, but, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess basketball does end on Sunday.
Yeah. So they're having a whole bunch of games tonight, and then giving you day off, and then having a whole bunch of games.
Yeah,
so everybody ends at the same day.
Yeah, I think every team plays tonight.
7. Yeah, if you have 2 games left, and they're all off Saturday, then yeah, you're doing a Friday, Sunday.
That's funny because that's like a scheduling person that was like, oh, we're going along, and then they're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
Everybody still's got two games left, and we got to end this thing on Sunday. Everybody plays today.
Right. Which is funny because it's probably, the last day of NBA for sure is like one of the most anticlimactic things. Everybody, like 90% of these things are already set. Yep. Half the top teams are going to be sitting players anyway, and then all the bottom teams have been tanking anyway. So it's like, yeah, if the 3 of us wanted to go play somewhere, we could probably get in a game, on this Sunday. So I don't know. It's just a weird day.
You walk into Madison Square Garden, and you're like, "Can I get it? Can I get in? Like, what are we doing?"
It's either a height check or a jumper check. Like, all right, if you make these 5 threes, you can get in, or if you're over, 6'10", automatically on the court. And I don't know.
All right, I feel confident. I mean, not right now because that right arm is smoked, but otherwise, I'm generally a good 3-point shooter, so I can probably make it.
Yeah.
And I was only a good 3-point shooter because I'm not tall. And that is where I can get a shot off.
There you go. But yeah, I didn't even realize that no game Saturday. Usually when they have no game Saturday, it's like to avoid something else. Now they're just, like you said, a scheduling quirk. So
yeah, I thought that was odd for both sports in general, actually. That's kind of odd.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. And actually, the Sixers, as it stands right now, could fall all the way to the 10th seed. They can't fall out. Mm-hmm. I mean, they are playing 2 teams that are not, the Pacers, which are 19-61, and the Bucks, which are 31-49. You know what I mean? So neither one of them.
19.
And neither one of those teams.
I didn't realize they were that bad.
They are.
Like, I knew they were bad, but I just was never really looking at their record. That is brutal.
Well, they had punted on this whole season to start, when Halliburton wasn't going to play the whole season. So yeah, you go from the finals to lottery pick, but the Bucks is who you thought might make sense. And then there's a legal fight about should Giannis being playing or not. And I'm like, he clearly shouldn't. You guys are terrible. Like, what would be the point in trying to force him back into the last 2 games? But yeah, the Sixers, I think, have the easier. I know they have an easier schedule than Charlotte. I didn't see who Miami was playing the last 2. The Wizards is one of their games. So I feel like they're going to end up keeping the 8th seed. But
probably. I mean, like I said, they play the Pacers tonight. And the Sixers on nights of back-to-back, you would think that they are not very good because usually Embiid doesn't play the back end of the back-to-back. But they've had, up to this point, 15 back-to-back games. This is the 16th time. It's a lot of back-to-backs. That is really actually bad, I think, in terms of the scheduling, the way that they did that. But they're 11-5 on back-to-back nights, on the second half of that back-to-back night. So,
yeah, I mean, they have a good core around him, and like you said, if you go into a game knowing that Embiid's not there, you turn it over to Maxey, and when Paul George is on, and you got Edge come and Grimes, you're probably fine a lot of nights, especially in the Eastern Conference. I mean, there's some bad teams over there. So,
nope. Yes, there are some bad teams.
And you are tied with the Nuggets, the Suns, and the Lakers for most back-to-backs in a season.
This year?
Yes.
That's and there's that all three of those teams had the most.
It's weird that
Nuggets,
that's a thing.
Suns, Sixers, and Lakers. Yeah,
it's weird that that's a thing scheduling wise, just because they know how much the guys load manage when that happens. They're just like, I'm not doing back to backs, and so, like, I always find that bizarre when they then turn around and be like, well, we're going to give you more of them then, and then we're going to say that you can't win awards if you load manage. It's like they don't care.
Right.
We don't want you to load manage, but we are going to pick teams that either have injured players or aging players and give you more back-to-backs. I don't know.
Yeah,
the NBA is funny.
That makes sense.
Yeah. They're not worried about the play on the court, but they're worried about, teams like the Pacers tanking. I'm like, some of these teams are just bad. Like, they're really bad.
Like, you can't even point to when the Pacers started tanking.
Right.
they were just horrendous the whole time. So, I mean, again, I didn't realize they were quite as bad as they are. But, I mean, it seemed like every time I saw a score, they lost. So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. And they won last night. They beat the Nets, who were ahead of them. So it's like they're not clearly tanking. It's just some of these teams are not good enough to win games. I
mean, sometimes you accidentally win a game. Like,
like last night, they did. Because the other team was just that much worse.
You're like, oh, I hucked this ball from the parking lot. I can't normally make a layup, but hey, it went in. Like, getting back to hockey for a second, the Kraken somehow stay alive. They had the teams they needed to lose, and they win their third game against the Knights this year, and happened to go into overtime and then a shootout, and so I mean, it was an entertaining watch, and then even the shootout went long. So it was funny because I ended up not being at the game, and not for a good reason at all. Right. Like, it was sunny outside, and I was like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my dog for a little bit before I load up my bag and whatever. And I was laying there and immediately fell asleep in the yard. And when I woke up, I was like, oh, I should have left my house like a half hour ago, and my bag isn't packed. So I was like, well, I guess I'm covering this game from home.
Are you saying that you're bad luck for them when you're there, or is that because that's what I get told when we go to games and we lose? So.
No, just coincidental, because I'm there for every home game. So we're just, it's a mixed bag. Okay. But it was funny because I wake up and I was like, oh, because my goal was to be out there for like 10 minutes, and it was like an hour later.
Nice.
So there's that.
But they did get a win. So they're that guy in the commercial with the little dollar, and almost got it. They're giving you just enough hope to not tune out, right?
100%. That is exactly what it is. And the good thing about it is it means that I didn't get home at midnight, because it was overtime and then a shootout. And I was just like, if there was a game to miss, although exciting to be there and watch, this show would be very early if I would have been there. So, but that being said, they do keep their hopes alive. There was a presser about, Rob Francis yesterday morning after this show. So they gave him a lot of credit for what this has been, the amount of, he helped shape the beginning of the Kraken, right? Because he was there from the beginning. So all the way down to helping design the jerseys and everything. So he was involved in a lot of stuff as far as building the franchise. So they definitely gave him his flowers on that during the press conference. So, it'll be interesting to see. They also said that Coach Lane is safe in his job. So they're not going to make another coaching change, that's got to be reassuring if you're the coach, obviously, but also for the players. Right. So you kind of have an expectation for the guys that are returning next year. So, and I'm talking about it like they're eliminated They're not technically eliminated yet. Still got a couple games to go. I don't think everybody's
we're in on a technicality.
Hey, I mean, if they sneak in somehow, that means everybody else absolutely imploded, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. I'm one of those keep hope until it's all gone, kind of fans. So I'm like, so you're saying there's a chance? So
exactly.
I say roll with it. What's up, Brad?
Well, 1 point by the Kings specifically, and then you're out.
Yeah.
So it's literally you have to win, and everybody in the world has got to lose. And I just don't.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Everybody else has to completely implode, and we have to win out.
Right.
Like the odds are low, but it's not zero.
Yes.
But we'll see. We got we got the Flames on Saturday, so we'll see what happens there.
Right, and the Flyers, even in the loss, have our magic number is now 5 points.
Okay.
So you have
5 points with 4 to go.
3
to go. Okay.
And not easy games. We got to go to Winnipeg, which, if anybody's ever had to go to Winnipeg, is not fun.
We're
like,
just,
are we getting kidnapped?
Yeah, I'm 100% just dumping on cities today. What do we got? Let's alienate every fan base.
Yes. Well, Winnipeg is a tough spot in general, like just to get to, and like I said, it's there's nothing in Winnipeg except Winnipeg, and that's it. There's not really much else to do there. And then they have the Canadiens and the Carolina Hurricanes. So it's like you have teams that have over 100 points each.
Yeah. No, that'll be a tough out. That'll be a tough out.
Right. So
especially to win 2 of 3 and tie, go into overtime to get your 5 points. I mean, that's a tall order.
Right. Now, interestingly enough, the Islanders also have the Canadiens and the Hurricanes that they have to play, and the Ottawa Senators, which is a little bit they are also fighting for their playoff lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 3 tough outs for them. The Blue Jackets have the Canadiens, which is so like all 3 of these teams have Montreal in common here. The Bruins and then the Capitals. So the Capitals I think are eliminated now as of
in my mind, you guys are all playing them at the same time too, like some kind of
so it doesn't actually list them as out yet.
Not yet. No, they still have mathematic possibility, but they are running into the same problem
as the Kraken. Yeah.
That they need the Flyers to lose. They need Montreal to go on a big winning streak right now, definitely, because Montreal definitely plays all 3 of us. If Carolina goes on that same winning streak, so it's Montreal and Carolina, then at that point, I would expect to see the Columbus Blue Jackets make it. But let's we'll see. It's going to be tough. I hope that it's a Flyers Penguins playoff series.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, especially with as many people that we have from Pittsburgh that watch the show.
Yep.
It would be very interesting, and not only that, but it's draft week coming up. You know what I mean? In 2 weeks, and that's happening in Pittsburgh as well. And I'll be out there for that. And the way that the schedule would work, it would actually miss the draft in general,
right?
Because they would. My expectation is that they would put 2 travel days between the cities.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be Sunday would start the series, Sunday the 19th in Pittsburgh, and then that Tuesday before the draft, then they probably wouldn't play in Philly until Friday night. And then it would be Sunday. So it would miss the entire draft, and the draft would be out of there by that point before they'd have to go back for game 5.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be smart.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So that's how I foresee. Again, I'm not the one making the schedule, so they could be like, hey, yeah, we're going to play Sunday and Monday and then get out of here so that we'll be playing in Philly, Wednesday and, Friday, and then be back in Pittsburgh for Sunday. I mean, I don't know how fast they want to get the first round over with, but let's just hope that Philly makes it, because I would love to go on Tuesday night to a Penguins-Flyers playoff game in Pittsburgh.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be a fun match.
Yeah, no, the atmosphere would be electric for that.
And of course, I'd be there with mascot Troy.
Exactly. Which we saw Troy in the comments, buddy.
Yep.
Oh, what's up?
So mascot Troy is going to be my partner in crime for all the stuff that's happening at the draft. Like, we are going to take on this draft head on.
Nice. I mean, we might as well switch over to the draft a little bit. What is the plan as you're down there? What all are you planning to do at the draft?
So I leave for the draft on the 20th. So it's a Monday, and I actually like to get there a little early because I like to see how they have it set up. I want to get the lay of the land, get that all figured out. On Tuesday, I have some appointments to make, i.e. on some radio shows to hopefully talk Flyers, Penguins, and the NFL draft. And we're having a poker tournament. Charity poker tournament and a super fan meet and greet on Wednesday before the draft. And then, of course, Thursday night is round 1. Friday is 2 and 3. Yep. And then Saturday is the rest of the draft.
Everything.
Yeah.
the part that people don't watch real intently.
The speed part in the draft.
Exactly. How's the poker tournament coming together? You got that?
Very well. We have a lot of coverage, a good amount of production. It's like this is now being covered by. We have gotten confirmations from Fox, ESPN, and ESPN also owns now the NFL Network. So, the fact that we are going to be visited by them. We have hopes that the Pennsylvania governor will stop by.
Awesome.
And do a little something there. And it's there are rumors. That's not funny. No, actually, we're doing it for charity, for real charity. Maybe something you know nothing about. No, we got it. No, I understood. I got thick skin. But really, it's there's some rumors that some high profile people could possibly attend. Nice. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I don't want to jinx it, but
I mean, you might as well highlight it. What is the charity that is targeted? I know whoever wins has a charity they get a support as well, but what is the main charity for the?
There is no main charity. That's the purpose of this event, is that because the original purpose was to try to have 32 super fans from representing each team, and each one of them be able to highlight a charity. That's part of the ultimate goal moving forward. This year, we're probably going to have somewhere in the neighborhood of about 16 to 18 teams represented, and probably 22 different charities in total that are going to be represented. And that was kind of the thing, to bring lights and give some, some eyeballs on the different charities throughout the country.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not any one specific that is going to benefit. They're all going to get equal benefits, and then the winners and second places are going to have monies donated to their charities.
Right on.
That's exactly it. It was not, I like I said, I have a charity that we do out of here, and I didn't want that to be like the main focus. And then we tried to partner with a Pittsburgh charity, and it was just the charity that we kind of have. We targeted. That guy is doing a lot of different things for the draft itself, and it just felt that might be too much to burden. So moving forward, we have a charity that we're going to deal with Washington, because that's where the next draft is, in Washington, D.C., on the National Mall. So, but yeah, everything's got to start somewhere, and this is how we're starting it.
Well, I mean, and that's great, because at least the first one gets to be close to home. So that makes it easier to coordinate the first time around, because inevitably there'll be hiccups. Every time they're doing something for the first time, it's going to be a disaster.
It's organized chaos.
Yes,
and my goal was initially, because I had been reached out by a number of companies that were considering and interested in sponsoring this event. And I went the opposite way. I said, listen, I want you to attend the event. If you'd like to donate some money to the kitty for the charities, that's amazing. However, I do not want you to sponsor this event this year. I want this to show. I want us to show you what we're capable of doing. And then let's talk about next year, where I can lean in a really good way, and we can plan for it properly. And I could see some of the hiccups and know where I need real help.
Right. Yeah. No, the first time through, you're the dog with the coffee saying, "This is fine, everything's fine," surrounded by fire. Like, that is first time
the world is burning, and I'm like,
"This is fine.
It's okay." So, but yeah, that's exactly it. I thought about this like long and hard, and just you understand, it's like, hey, your first time is always going to be a mess, and it'll always work out much better, because I'm very organized in general when it comes to stuff, and I have a timeline already produced, and so this is when things are going to happen. And of course, the first thing that will occur is that we'll not start on time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No
That's
question.
it's like, but having the timeline just moves everything a little bit forward.
Right.
So
the opening time is just a suggestion. After that, it's kind of like whatever.
That's exactly correct.
No, I mean, that's why so many of those events have like the arrival time be like an hour and a half, because they know people are going to be late.
Right.
And then they even build in, they're like, oh, this is when Master of Ceremonies, which is really we're going to have somebody windbagging up there just to have a buffer to make sure that the game actually starts on time.
Right.
So we can make that as long or short as we need to. If everybody's here, all right, everybody's here, let's go.
Right. And the truth of the matter is that the poker tournament is really the secondary thing that's happening. Obviously, we'll have a winner and second place, and those two people will get to, celebrate the fact that they won. However, it's really just a big meet and greet for charity, and that event just kind of helps and adds to it all.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Absolutely.
So, and I'll have a lot of coverage for it, so it's going to be super exciting about that. We got literally Fox and ESPN confirmed.
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. And if you like to donate, casinos also like your money. You can
wow. Oh, we're stretching the intros today, buddy.
Up to 125% of your first 3 deposits. That way you can lose more. 10% bet guarantee, just to make you feel good about losing it. Use the QR code on the screen.
Not the segue that we thought was coming.
No, well, I can imagine most casinos have different gambling portions. One of the things that we have done with this is because it's free to play in this tournament, you have to be invited. It's an invitational. And once you are invited, you are to try to raise money, or you could donate money, however you'd like to do it. And for every $100 that you get donated, or you donate, you get an additional $1,000 in chips.
Oh, that's
cool.
That's
so.
Cool. And what's the benchmark? Like, what's the starting line for that?
$1,500 in chips is what you get started with. Is you immediately start with. So, and it's like I said, we're going to start with small blinds. Like 2-4 is probably where we're going to start. I'm not going to start with 1-2. I want to start with 2-4 so that we can get 4-8 and then 5-10 very quickly. So that I can get rid of the whites fast. You know what I mean? Because you have to chip everybody up as quickly as possible, because
what happened there?
Yeah, did he just stop mid-sentence?
No, I got a phone call coming in because they always want to call me when I'm in the middle of my show.
Yeah.
He said because, and then we just went.
Yeah, because chips become
just because.
Just because.
It's because it is. There we go. Yeah. No, it makes sense. I mean, besides, you want to be able to get the first tables to run through,
right?
Kind of quick, also. So,
yeah. My goal is to get it. Yeah, my goal is to get to 2 tables as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you'll have that one. You'll have that one table that like hangs on forever, but.
Yeah, and that's why I'm doing the first hour is at 20 minutes, and then I'm going to move it to 15 and 10 very quickly. Like, so 10 minutes, every 10 minutes, we're going to be changing it. We're going to have dealers with 2 decks of cards each, so that there is somebody who's sitting there immediately, shuffling cards and doing all that stuff. And, it's going to be a fun event, to say the least, and like I said, I expect to have a number of pictures and everything, and we'll be able to report on how well that is very early in the morning the next day. And
Mafia poker. Yes.
A little bit different. We don't have Chauncey Billups coming in to help sponsor the tournament. So
leave the gun, take the
gun. WNBA looks like they're locking up their first $1 million+ contract, and it's not Asia Wilson. They don't have that one worked out yet for whatever reason, which is bizarre to me because it seems like they would just max her out and call it a day.
Right. I don't even see what the terms are going to be. Just here you go.
Yeah. They're just like, here is the monies. But,
yes.
Yeah, for whatever reason, that has not happened yet. But Jackie Young on the same team, getting locked up for 1.19 mil. So not quite the super max, but so there you go. That'll be that appears to be your first $1 million+ contract for the WNBA.
Yeah. That's going to be one of those weird, like, did you know kind of questions, trivia questions. I'm like, I would never have guessed that would have been your first person.
No, because you would think Asia would be like the slam dunk soon as they're like, okay, it's free to go. They're like, here you go. Like,
right. Yeah. And even if, like you said, it was half the people out there, you'd go like, Collier or Stewie or, any of these other people.
For sure.
And that's, so I don't know. Maybe because it was the easiest one. They just said, hey, how about this? And she said, really? I mean, okay. And signed. And that was the easiest path.
Yeah, right. Not even pretending like you weren't going to take it. You're just like, yeah, okay. Like,
so
just having a key.
What's up? But, they're making strides to keep their team together. I mean, after winning 3 out of 4, why not? But yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, the one that I thought was definitely interesting is NECA who was on the Storm, is entertaining a deal with the Lynx. So
okay. I didn't see who it was, but I just saw where she said, "I'm not coming back to the team." I didn't know these were announcements that the players were making. Like, I don't have a new team. I'm just not going back to my old team, because Sabally did it, I think, for Phoenix as well. Yeah, so that's interesting. But for the Lynx, that's a good bit of firepower for a team that's already
absolutely former MVP. You know, it obviously still playing at a high level. No, I mean, for the Storm, it's very interesting because we don't have anybody. And the one person we did have, obviously we still have a couple of rookies, right? But the one person we did had was going to be injured for the year anyway. Got taken in the in the expansion draft by the Fire. Yeah. Nika,
yep. Okay.
Yep. So
that's 2 years in a row she's been gone, and then still I was in, like, I didn't get that she's been out for a year and then she's gonna be out another year, and they still took her. But I thought the Storm were going to be in transition last year, and y'all did better than I expected. So especially
we had a lot of veterans. There was a lot of veterans on that team, so they actually played pretty well most of the year. So Nika got taken because of a personal connection with the coach.
Okay.
So that was part of that process. Yeah, I mean, unfortunate for her, she tears up a knee 2 years in a row. She got hurt overseas. So, I mean, that's part of this contract negotiation also, was to make it so these guys weren't playing year round, because you have to. Injuries like this are less likely if you're making $1 million plus here. You're like, do I want to go overseas and play for 100K? Maybe not. Maybe you still do, who knows? But I mean, I do think that how much these contracts are becoming with this new CBA might help with some of the off-season injuries that we've seen over the last few years.
Yeah, to me, the WNBA season is still so short, and only in the summer that you'll still see. Sorry, Philly, I saw you about to say something more.
Well, no, you also have a lot of backdoor deals when happens with these expansion drafts. Hey, if you take this person, we will give you like a trade, like, hey, we'll give you like a 3rd round pick or something like that, or
this was actually this was an official statement actually from the coach of the Fire.
Chicago did that. They made 2 trades to both expansion teams so they would not choose any of their terrible players, and then they traded away their best player anyway. So that was an interesting strategy by them. But that's how they did it.
Chicago is trying to have as many first round picks as possible. They actively destroyed their team.
Yeah. Well, they want to be the expansion.
Not that they were amazing, but
right. So
get all the first round picks, and then maybe you'll pick one that's good.
The problem was when
good.
No, I was gonna say the last time they picked one that was good, they had already picked somebody in her position before. So clearly team building is not what they're best at. Sorry, Bo.
Oh, no, that's actually the route I was going to go. It was just like, they did this thing before, and they're like, hey, it'd be cool, 2 of the same player that don't play well together. Let's do that. So, I mean, unless they're going to move
7th pick.
Yeah. And unless they're going to move something in the front office, I don't see that getting a whole lot better. I mean, I understand they switch coaches and stuff like that, but that doesn't matter if team construction still isn't good.
Yeah. And it is awful in Chicago. So.
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's why they're blowing it up. If the coach has got more say into this and saying, hey, this is how I want my team to be constructed, but we got to get rid of everybody else in the first place.
I would agree, except for the fact that, like, this is that coach's first year. They should never have that much power. I just think the front office is that bad. So, like, ordinarily, I'd be like, yeah, that's a thing. But this front office is it's bad. Going back, not just for the last 2 years, just for a while. Nobody wants to stay in Chicago because of that.
Yeah. So. Which, understandable.
Oh, so the Jets owner owns the Fire.
It
more or less.
It might be.
More or less. Yeah.
I would not be surprised. They're awful. They're just, even a casual watcher can look over and go, they have no idea what they're doing. So
yeah, see, this is where as a Storm fan, I'm a little worried is there's no stories coming out about us even talking to players. I mean, and that's crazy considering, you know, the organization sends us the updates all the time, right?
Right.
Crickets. Like, not even we have someone in the building, we're talking to anybody. We haven't had anybody just randomly be like, hey, there's somebody at the airport. Like, there's nothing. It's like, you know, we're getting a little bit close to like playing some basketball. Plus the free agency period isn't super long. Right. So, I mean, you're going to need to at least get some players, right? Even if they're not Hallmark players, you're going to need somebody here.
Yeah. Well, the draft's Monday, right? So you kind of want to know what team you're drafting around. Like, you don't want to draft somebody if you've got a decent pick and then all of a sudden you re-sign the person in their position. Like, oh, we probably didn't need them. So this weekend is key for a lot of teams.
Mm-hmm. Well, you want to throw your hat in the ring before everybody's signed, like, right? You know.
Yeah, but I have to imagine that they are. If they're sending stuff out to you, that means that people on that list are probably also on other teams as well. You know, and that, yeah, they're like maybe keeping it closer to the vest. Just my opinion. But I can't guarantee that because I have no idea at all. But in this scenario, I would keep it very close to the vest until after you sign people.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of times you'll still get notifications if there's a high level target that they're going to bring in, right?
Right.
Because they want the media outlets to pump those things up. So, I mean, because this is the media kit that they send out. So this is for, you know, the stuff that they send to the media members, but announcements and stuff. But usually when you have a high level target, even if they don't think they're going to land them, they usually shove those out to the media people because they're like, for immediate release, they want you to, you know, put that out there because they want the buzz around the team.
Thank you. And they want your fan base to know that you're doing something. Like, hey, exactly, we're trying, you know. So.
As opposed to media members being like, I don't know if they're doing anything.
Are you guys aware that this has started? Oh, okay. That explains a lot.
I mean, we're 9 days away from camp. I feel like players are a helpful element to that.
All the coaches sit around playing poker at camp instead, right?
Hey, we're going to be the first team to ever win a championship with only 3 players on the team.
They better be 8-footers.
Exactly.
That being said, that does get us to the top of the hour. If you're listening on the radio, 97.3, we do have some smooth jazz headed your way. And of course, if we are being heard on every other platform, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, be sure to like and subscribe. Otherwise, we will see you next week. Enjoy your weekend, everybody.
Have a good weekend, guys.